All right, everybody, welcome to 24 Slayton. I'm Tim, and this is Mundo the Mariachi.
Yeah, thanks for having me, dude.
Yes.
Cool.
So how's it going?
Good.
Yeah,
Just
nice to get you in here, you know?
Yeah.
It's good. So what's up? What have you been up to?
So, I've been playing a lot recently.
Yeah.
It's been going really well, yeah. It's been a year here in California now. And it's been surprisingly good to me.
Yeah?
Yeah.
As a mariachi.
Yeah, that was the whole reason I moved out here, literally.
Okay.
So,
So take us back to where did you start, or how did this journey start out?
So, I grew up in Albuquerque, New Mexico, right? Which is the biggest city in New Mexico, chili capital of the world.
Yes, red chilies.
Yeah, no, green chili.
No, green chilies,
red
yeah.
or green is the question.
Yeah. Oh, it is?
Yeah, red or green. And it's literally like on the license plate, it's like a red chili and a green chili.
Yeah.
Grew up there, like around downtown area. My parents are from Chihuahua, Mexico.
Yeah.
So that's about, and they're from a little town about 4 hours south of the border. So from Albuquerque, it's like 4 hours to the border, and then 4 hours south of there is where my parents are from.
Yeah.
My mom. Sorry.
It's all right.
But yeah, I grew up playing a lot of soccer, riding bikes, just running around, you know, just had a really, really good childhood. I grew up right across the street from a park.
Yeah.
And had a lot of good friends that I grew up with. I have friends still to this day from elementary school that I talk to that I'm really cool with. And then I didn't get into mariachi till middle school. But there's a school program that runs from elementary school all the way through high school.
Yeah.
And in middle school, my mom, she kind of randomly, she went to my middle school and she had to pick my electives for me. So she came back and she's like, hey, I signed you up for a mariachi class. I don't know if you're going to like it or whatever, but I did it. She's like, I just picked it. I don't know, it was random. And if you like it, cool, you'll stay. And if not, we'll just change your class. And honestly, before I was kind of like a little thug wannabe in a sense. Yeah, like I had my left ear pierced and like I would listen to a lot of like gangster rap and like mostly rap. Like I grew up like heavy on like hip hop and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And obviously like Mexican music listening through my parents, you know. So I had listened to mariachi a lot too, but yeah, I was definitely way more into hip hop. And then once I started playing, I got in 8th grade and I started with the guitarrón, which is the big bass.
Yeah.
That's the bass and the mariachi, and I started playing that. And I loved it. I just picked it up, and I always wanted to play music, but I didn't know like what would be like a good entryway into music. So once like I picked up an instrument, it was like, oh, I could do it. Like, this is cool. I could get into this, you know? And then I always tell people listening to mariachi is a whole different experience than playing it. Like, when you're actually playing it, it's fun learning all the patterns and, you know, like, just all the arrangements and everything and trying to, like, portray the song and, like, just, you know, express yourself through that manner. And I guess it's in my blood, too, obviously, you know, so it's like I relate to everything that they're saying and you can just feel it. And so I just started getting into it, and I kept going, and then I remember like a year after playing or starting in middle school, we started getting gigs. Funny enough, like people would call us like, "Hey, you guys play mariachi, right? Yeah. Can you guys just come sing Las Mañanitas for my mom? It's Mother's Day.
Yeah.
We just want you guys to come play." And it was me and 3 other friends of mine, right? So it was me, my friend Abel, Stephanie, and Yareth. So it was 2 guys, 2 girls, and we got together, and then we went out. I don't remember how we got to the gig. I think like someone drove us there. I don't remember how we got there, but it was a Mother's Day, like my first gig.
Okay.
You know, like, well, first time I realized I could gig, pretty much. You know, it was middle school, and like I said, it was me and 3 other friends, and we went out, and then we played we played just the little songs that we knew, which was like 3 or 4 songs, and then and they paid us, and like we went out and we worked like officially, like as professionals, technically, right?
Nice.
And we would get away with it obviously because we were like little kids, and it's like they're like, oh, just play whatever you can,
Yeah.
And it's funny, I would always think about it too. I'm like, that's gonna like run out one day. You're not gonna be able to get away with that shit.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna have to eventually actually learn what you're doing. So when I turned like 20 is when I started taking it as an actual career, like officially. Like I was like, okay, this is serious. I could actually make a living, and I went full on into it. But that first gig, we did really well. We did really well, and that's kind of when I first realized, like, oh, this is a job, or not a job, but like a service that people like, that people want. And that's the thing about like mariachi that a lot of people, I think, don't really know, that it's like because I'll tell musician friends of mine, like, oh yeah, I play every weekend, or we do, and they're like, wow, like you guys get a lot of gigs. And I think it's because it's a service, like in our community, like people call us up whenever you're gonna go play at a funeral, when or like a wedding, or we do birthday parties, baptisms. We'll do quinceañeras are super big. We'll do engagements, any type of grand opening, stuff like that. So it's a really cool community and economy, the mariachi world.
Yeah.
And I'm fortunate enough to be in it, man. Like, I'm super blessed. I've always known that. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
So you were doing this in New Mexico.
Yeah, Albuquerque, New Mexico. And go ahead. What?
So then after like New Mexico, you're doing gigs there, and your friends, and it was your band, like whatever, right?
Yeah. So pretty much, let's say after high school, they kept calling us for gigs, right? And then we kept taking them, but I always felt like, we don't really know what we're doing, like we were kind of just getting away with it because, like I said, there's a high demand for the service, and we happen to have like the equipment. But yeah, we didn't have like good preparation to go into it, and then also there's a whole business side of it, like signing contracts and and logistics of like playing time, how long you play per hour, and your breaks, payroll for people, and all that stuff. And like we didn't know any of that. They didn't teach you that in school.
No.
They just taught us how to play a couple songs, and that's it. But then like people were asking you, like, keep playing. So it's like you got to learn the business side of it too.
Yeah.
So it's funny, I always shied away from being a band leader, a group leader. Like, I didn't want to do that for the longest time, man. I really didn't want to do that. So we ended up running into a teacher of ours, a man who became a teacher of ours, and Tom, really good mariachi player, and he kind of took us under his wing, and he showed us the ropes pretty much, and like it's like, oh, this is how it works. He did the same. He dedicated his life to it too, and he's like, this is what you do for this kind of gig. He showed us like how to play the mass, showed us all the what they call cajon. Cajon means like so there's kind of like an agreement in the mariachi world to where when you're gonna play a song, they say, oh, what arrangement? They'll tell you the cajon version, which means like this is the standard.
Yeah.
This is the standard way that you play it. Now, if you have like a more advanced group or a group that's been around for a while, they'll take that and maybe like the core of that and then make their own arrangement to it. But like when you're out just freelancing, it's like this is the cajon version and that's what you guys go with. So he was teaching us all the basics, like everything. I was with him for about 3 or 4 years, and then almost 5 years, I think. And then eventually friends of mine in the mariachi world, I ran into more friends that were my age, and they're like, hey, well, why don't we start our own group? And they kept pushing me like, hey, when are you gonna start your own group? When are you gonna start your own group?
Yeah.
You gotta do it. And I was just like, no, man, it's a big responsibility, and it really is, because it's not just just being the leader. I don't know. It's a lot of responsibility. So I always shied away from it. Anyways, eventually, I ended up starting a group with me and 2 other friends of mine. with Diego and Sandra, and we started up a group right before the pandemic hit.
Nice.
Right? So it's funny, and you hear that story a lot too. So then we started in 2020, and half of our players were in the university. They were musicians that were studying in Albuquerque from Texas. So they had to go back home. We lost, most of our players, and then it had a slow start, but eventually we kept it going, and then it worked out. And then we did that for a while, like 2-3 years. I think on my third year, I decided, on my third year, my buddy, he quit the group, and he said, he's like, yeah, I'm out. And I got kind of put in a position where I was like, okay, well, I get to do this again next year, right?
Yeah.
And it'd be fine. But I was like already struggling finding players. I didn't want to be the group leader for one thing already, right? So I was like put in a position where I was just like, I could do it. Like, I have the business. It's going good. We have a good name. All the business is there. But I feel like I'm going to get stuck here just doing this. And I wasn't enjoying gigs anymore,
Yeah.
When I got into it, it was just playing. And then now you're running a business, and it's like I'd show up stressed out. I have to do payroll. You got to, like, find 6 other people that are going to go play. You got to make sure they show up. You're going to tell them what to wear. During the week, you have to, like, organize rehearsals and, rehearsal space and all that. It's so many little things. And then I was stressed out, and I was like, well, okay, so my buddy quits, and I have a trip to visit another good buddy of mine here who lives in El Segundo.
Yeah.
One of my good friends, childhood friends.
But you're still over there.
I'm still in Albuquerque,
Okay.
right? So I'm living in Albuquerque. I'm playing out there. My buddy quits, and I had already had a flight to come to visit my buddy here. I come visit him, and I'm just telling him about the situation. I'm like, yeah, man, like, the group's kind of falling apart. I'm just, like, thinking about what to do next. And he's like, yeah, and we're just kind of talking about it. And we're like exploring LA, and then we go to the Mariachi Plaza, and I go out there, and then I start talking to the mariachis there. And I'm like, so what's it like out here? And they're like, oh, you'll find work. There's a whole bunch of work out here. Yeah, you'll find work. And, like, just a bunch of little things happened. Like, in that one day, that me and him, like, were just driving around. He was, like, a lot of things just kind of pointed me in this direction. And he's like, dude, I mean, you met all these people today, and they're all telling you to move, and, like, I don't see why you wouldn't. And honestly, he told me, he's like, if you move here, you could crash at my place for a couple months till you end up, get your rhythm going, and, like, whatever you got to do. So I was like, all right, I'm gonna think about it. And then I went back home, and it took me like a week or two. And I was like, I'm gonna do it. And that was like through the middle of the year, right? And that was like June, July. From that moment, I started telling people, all my community, everyone, even, like, friends, family, everyone, clients that I was working with out there were like, I'm leaving. I'm going out to California. And, like, a lot of people was like, oh, right, you're going out to California, right? Yeah. And I mean, growing up out there, like, California is like, I don't know, did you grow up here? Or
yes.
Where are you from? Yeah.
I grew up here.
It's, like, people have a different perspective out there of, like, it's a different world here.
Yeah.
I feel like coming here, it's like so many resources. It's just like New Mexico is like one of the poorest states in the country. It's kind of a forgotten state. It's funny. I tell people all the time I'm from New Mexico, and they'll either say, like, you're from Mexico, or they'll be like, oh yeah, and the next time they see me, they're like, oh yeah, you're from Texas, and I'm like, no. Oh, they're like, oh, you're from Arizona,
No, right in the middle.
Yeah, they think that Arizona and Texas are just like together, I'm like, there's a whole other state there, which is kind of cool. Like, I've come to like it now. I'm like, it's cool that no one knows where New Mexico is. Like, it's fine, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's like, but yeah, so, like, I would tell all my friends out there, oh yeah, I'm going to California, and it just sounded funny too. I think it sounds like a little kind of, I don't know, like, you just hear people say that. It's like a saying, like, oh yeah, he's headed to California. He's gonna just what is it? Like, search for his dreams or whatever.
Yeah.
Something like that, But it was just like, for me, it was just like, it kind of made sense. And then a lot of people thought I was crazy too, because people are leaving California.
Yeah.
A lot of people left California, and they're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you going to California? Everyone's leaving California. And I was like, actually, that kind of makes me want to go even more to California, in a sense. Just go against the grain. You know, I just thought it was cool.
Yeah.
So then, yeah, I started planning my way out here, and I started just lining everything up and closing out contracts. I'm like, I'm not doing any gigs next year. That's it. And by the end of the year, I was set. I was set to go.
This was 2022 or 20?
This was 22, because 23 was the first year I spent out here. Yeah, yeah. And I drove out here a week before I turned 27. So I was 26 years old. Yeah, and that was it was a year ago. And then now being here, it's been, I mean, like I said, man, there's just so much opportunity out here. The first month being here, it was like, I played every single weekend gigs, and like lots of hours, and with good musicians, you know, and just a wide variety of musicians, people from all over the place. And so the whole year went well, really. And by the end of the, because my whole goal was, I told myself when I said yes to my buddy, I told him, okay, I'm gonna go out there and I'm gonna stick it out the whole year, good or bad. I was like, whether I'm like, you know, struggling to eat or whatever, I'm gonna stay the whole year, no matter what. So by the end of the year, you know, and that's what I told everyone too, is by the end of the year, everyone was kind of wondering like, so what have you decided? You know, what are you thinking? You gonna stay out there?
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I'm still here, you know. And I just feel like there's stuff that I still have to finish, or not that I have to finish, but there's a lot of stuff to do still, you know. I'm gonna go back to Albuquerque for sure. It's just my hometown, and like I love it there, man. Like honestly, and like
the
people,
hot, the heat, the humidity,
yeah, the chili,
the cold,
the good food, yeah.
I don't know. I'm not.
There's good food.
I don't know about the good food.
You know,
puffy tacos.
Yeah,
Okay.
The green chili, the freaking dude. Yeah, no, and you know, part of me also doesn't want to like blow up the spot too. I'm like, you know what? Yeah, New Mexico.
I go through New Mexico. I go through Albuquerque. I stay in Albuquerque.
Yeah.
Well, no, I really don't stay in Albuquerque. I kind of either I stay before it or after it.
Why?
Because of traffic in the morning.
Oh yeah, it makes sense. You want to be. Yeah.
Yeah. So I.
Yeah. It's. You know.
Yeah, it's like the town. It's this big.
Yeah.
But it's like a lot of traffic to get through.
Yeah.
It takes a minute to get through.
It's a big intersection there, you know, the Big I. But it's also it's grown a lot too. Yeah. And when I was a little kid, I felt also, I don't know if it's just like perspective from being like a little older now, but I remember we'd ride our bikes everywhere, man. Like I didn't feel like I was in danger at any point. You know, now I feel like there's like a lot more homeless now. I don't know if I'm just more aware of it now or whatever, but yeah, it's grown a lot for sure. Breaking Bad blew it up like crazy.
Yeah, it did.
After that, yeah, but also there's the International Balloon Fiesta. That's always been huge there. You know, it's the biggest balloon, hot air balloon meet.
Yeah.
Yeah. What else? Yeah, I mean that's like the main things, the green chili, but I love it, man. I love my hometown, and like I said, like I have everything that I need is there. Like I left in a really good place. Most people leave their hometown and they're like, I need a fresh start. You know? But I was actually like in a really good place, and I could have kept going. But I was also kind of stagnant in my abilities. You know, like I wasn't really growing. I wasn't getting any better. I could have just stayed there, but I felt like I had, you know, hit a limit on how much better I could actually get.
Yeah.
So, and people would always, you know, it's like that whole saying, "Oh yeah, you're big fish, little pond." You know, it's like so. But
so being a mariachi, when you came here, how did you get the gigs? How did you get into it?
So, the thing about mariachi is like the community is really tight. Honestly, there's also a giant mariachi conference in Albuquerque every July, and so from there a lot of mariachis from all across the US, and like literally the best mariachis, they used to go there and do workshops. So you have like a meet of all the mariachis, they go there and you make connections there, you know. So that was kind of like one way that I first started like networking a little bit, meeting people. And And then you ask them like, oh, what's work like in wherever you're from? You know, like there's mariachis up in Washington. You know, there's mariachis there, and they're everywhere. It's everywhere. Mariachis literally globally, like international, all around the world. So, but the way I actually got work the very first time, man, I didn't post. There's a page on Facebook where you post when you're available, right? And each city has like their own, and there's the one for here for LA. And so I already knew about it. They had told me about it. And like I said, like friends had told me like, oh yeah, you just post on the page, and then if you're available, people are always looking. So you just post that you're available, they'll give you a call, and then yeah, you go work with them. And then from there you meet other players who probably don't look on the pages, and you just start making connections. So I literally posted the night before I drove out here, man, which was a Wednesday night, like on a Wednesday night, right? And I'm driving here on a Thursday, and on the drive out here, I get a call, and they're like, oh, yeah, you play guitarrón, you play bass, yeah. Yeah, I need someone for Saturday, I have like 5 hours. All right, yeah, let's do it. I'm ready. Okay, cool, yeah, we'll meet at the plaza, just park your truck, we'll all get in the van, and we'll take off. Cool. So yeah, I get here Thursday. Friday was my birthday, and I got really drunk. I got really drunk, man. I got so drunk, I ended up going to a mariachi bar to go check out all the mariachis, and I offered the whole mariachis like a round of shots. Like that's how drunk I was, and then I didn't pay for it, which yeah, I owe someone big time for that, but. It was so then the next morning I wake up, and I mean, this sounds bad, it sounds unprofessional, honestly, right? It's like my first day of work on a Saturday, I'm like hungover, but it was my birthday, you know, and I just moved to California, so it's like a good start. And then I wake up and I get dressed, I get in the shower, I get dressed, I'm like chugging a mineral water, because I love to drink mineral water with lime and tajin.
Yeah.
It's like my go-to drink. And yeah, I get dressed, I drive out to the plaza, I park, I meet these guys, hey, how's everyone doing? Good, cool, all right, get in the van. I get in the back of the van, I'm like sitting way in the back of the van. And I'm just hungover, man. I'm pretty hungover. And I spend the rest of the day with these guys, you know, and it's my birthday. They don't know it's my birthday, but it's my birthday, and I'm just in the van, and I'm like, all right, cool. I'm working. I'm here, and I'm working. My first gig was a funeral. It was a funeral gig. We show up to the cemetery, and that's another thing. The repertoire is totally different here, you know, from stuff that they play in New Mexico, from stuff that they play in New York and Washington. It's all different.
Yeah.
So that's one thing that you have to adjust to getting into, you know, to a new environment. I get there, and yeah, they just tell me like, oh yeah, we're gonna play this, this, and this. It goes kind of like that. I'm like, all right, let's do it. And that was it. I ended up, excuse me, I finished up around midnight that day, that Saturday, and then I drove back to my buddy's house. And he's like, how'd it go? It's good, man. First good day of work. I know I showed up like 3, 4 in the morning, drunk as hell, but I made it, you know. It was good. And then I think that next Sunday I ended up gigging too. So that's how I got started. And then after that, like I said, just being there, talking to those guys, and then you meet other players, and you just get connected. One really good group that I ran into, we went to a restaurant to go to Trejo's Tacos, actually. And there was a mariachi playing, and so I was like, I introduced myself, and we're talking to them, and I was like, oh yeah, I just moved out here. And everyone's super friendly when you first move out here too. I feel like you get like a beginner's luck kind of thing. They're like, everyone wants to try you out, you know. Everyone's like, they're like, okay, yeah, you play, let's see it, you know. So I told them, yeah, I play, I just moved out here. Oh, you know who needs people? This guy needs people, give him a call. And then I ended up giving this guy a call. Turns out he's like an ex, you know, like Ivy League player, you know, like he's played with all the best groups, literally. And I'm just like talking to this guy, and I'm like, man, everyone's just like, all the big shots are like out here, you know. They're just gigging too, and they're just regular people. Like I said, like growing up in Albuquerque, you get like a bit of a different perspective, you know. So yeah, he ended up inviting me, and I'm like, oh, cool. And I'm playing with him, and you know, and now I'm like the worst player in the group. I went from like being the best player in the group to the worst player in the group, which is like where you want to be in a sense, you know.
Yeah.
And that's what I've been doing, man. I've just been getting my ass handed to out here for a year now, but it's like slowly I'm like, you know, getting better, and that's what I came to do. I always tell myself that too. I'm like, you know, if it feels like I have all this anxiety, you know, to go play, it's because I'm learning. You know, it's a good place to be.
So the big difference from here and there?
The amount of people, the quality and air.
No, but like the music. The music. I mean.
Sorry, I'm talking a little bit of shit.
No, the music though.
The music? Well, the musicality here is at a whole different level. It's elite here. The best mariachis in the world, they come here to LA to play. Yeah. Yeah. Compared to over there. And here, there's like an endless amount of groups. In Albuquerque, there's 4 groups. You know. It's
But how about like the sound and...
The sound is totally different too. And that's one thing that I've come to learn, that it's like, it's not necessarily that it's, well, I mean, some people could argue that it's wrong, you know. But I think New Mexico has its own sound, which I think that's really cool. Like if I were to go back, when I go back, it's going to be, I'm not going to be like, oh, this is all wrong. I'd rather like incorporate it, you know. So because, you know, music is all, you know, it's subjective, you know. Everyone has their own opinion, obviously.
Yeah.
But here it's a lot more it's a lot more anchored in the tradition, for sure, you know. And I'm a big traditionalist too when it comes to mariachi. Like I don't feel like it needs to be changed, you know. Like there's a lot of people, or there's a lot of musicians who, you know, they want to like push it forward. I was talking with Tony the other day, actually. We had a really good convo about how he's like, yeah, why is mariachi like, I don't like mariachi because it's always the same thing, man. It's the same old songs. It all sounds the same, you know?
Yeah.
And how come they don't make any new good songs? And then I was like, I don't know, man. I think it's because it was like a different time then, and you just don't have the same ingredients. And then he's like, so it's like a classic muscle car, huh? That's what he said. And I was like, he said, I think I understand it now. He's like, just in that period of time, they had these materials, and that's just the way that it was built. And now they do like resto mods, but it's just, you know, obviously the original car is worth way more than the resto mod. And I thought it was a really good comparison. I was like, yeah, it's like a classic muscle car, you know.
So
it's like you can't recreate it.
So do they actually make new mariachi songs?
Yeah, there is, and there's a lot of people who are like innovating it too. There is, but I feel like it has such a deep root, and
so it's classics. That's pretty much.
Yeah, there's classics that'll never go out of style. I feel like, you know, and that'll. It's just got such a solid foundation, which is what I like about it too, because I feel like it'll live on forever. You know, there's songs that are gonna be played on forever, for sure, and. My main focus, what I like to do, is focus on that, rather than I don't know. I just don't. I feel like it's not like my role, I guess, in a sense, to try to innovate it.
Would you try to make songs later?
I haven't. Maybe later, yeah. But honestly, I don't know if they'll be mariachi. I'll probably experiment with a different genre.
So what's like? So for some of the people that probably don't know, mariachi. What's like the style? What's a different style? What makes it mariachi? What?
So,
mariachi. You have to have the hat and the clothes.
The hat. Actually, we don't play. I have yet to perform with the hat. A hat's more for like a show group. I'll tell you this. There's like there's like 2 worlds in mariachi. There's like I said, there's like the backyard gig economy, and then there's a show group economy, and that's one big. Sorry, what was the question?
When you tell people. How is mariachi? Like what's
right? Like what would you say is mariachi?
Yeah.
Well, okay. I mean, who am I to say? Right?
You went to school for it. Come on.
Yeah.
Let them know.
Yeah, right now I'm backing off. Like suddenly I'm not the mariachi.
Your name is Mundo Mariachi. Okay, so come on, tell them. Let them know.
Well, you need the instruments for one, but I wouldn't say that.
Are they different instruments than like same?
There's specific instruments, yeah, like the guitarrón, the vihuela, the violin, trumpet, harp. and there's guitarra de golpe too. There's all these other, but I'd say the core is like or what you see most groups now play with, or smaller groups, vihuela, guitarrón, violin, trumpet, right? But I mean, it's because that's a tricky question, you know. It's like what makes it mariachi? Because like you'll see, and this has happened before. Like you'll see people in mariachi suits with mariachi instruments who aren't playing mariachi music.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm wondering.
Yeah.
I was wondering if it was just
Okay.
you have
This
to have
is
that.
a good way to. This is a really good way to measure it. You ask them for el son de la negra,
Mm-hmm.
and that's for me. Like if I were to see someone, a group, I mean, and I want to like test them,
Mm-hmm.
just like a easy, you know, like a reference point. I'd ask for El Son de la Negra, which is considered the anthem in
Yeah.
mariachi, right? This is like it's just yeah, that goes across the board. Everyone should know that in mariachi. That's always been a good reference point. And then from there, you listen to it, and then you listen to the style, you know, because some people also play it, and it can be played wrong.
So how like that's what I mean. Like, what's the style that makes it mariachi? Because you see all these groups when you go to restaurants and
Yeah.
they're playing, and there's 3 or 4 people, and they just scare you because they come up not even.
Yeah,
I'm ready. I wasn't ready.
Yeah, some people don't like that. It's just like it could be very like invasive and in your face, you know. And some people don't like that for
Yeah.
sure.
Well, like there's some restaurants they're like walking around, but they don't like warn you all of a sudden. They just start
Yeah.
playing.
Well, the thing is, like, they're performing and they want your attention. Well, I mean, obviously, you know, they want to perform for you is the biggest thing.
No, I'm fine with that.
Yeah.
But, yeah, just give me a
Let
little
it
heads
be
up.
in your
Give me
face.
a little heads up real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Especially the trumpet, yeah.
Yeah, it's loud.
People complain about the trumpet all the time. The trumpet's like the drummer of the mariachi. That's what they say. But I don't know. You're saying like what? How would you be able to tell that they are mariachis? You're saying?
No, well, because I really don't know the difference.
Mhm.
Usually a mariachi hat, suit with all the buttons.
I guess
That's
the suit is a good start. You know, because if you're wearing the suit and you're not playing mariachi music, then it's like
But then if Vicente wore the same thing, the suit.
he was a singer though.
That's what I mean. But he still
Yeah.
wore the suit.
And
You
he
know
wore
what I
the
mean?
suit.
So
Well, he's mariachi, yeah.
Oh, he is?
He's
Oh,
a
so-
mariachi, yeah. He's a mariachi, yeah.
Okay, so there you
he
go.
was a mariachi, yeah.
all right.
He was a mariachi singer, yeah. But yeah, like the suit is the biggest giveaway, I guess. And that's one thing too. That's like, it's like you gotta have respect for the suit, you know. Some people, I think it's frowned upon to be wearing a mariachi suit and playing a different style of music.
Yeah.
You know, because you're kind of it's kind of like false advertisement in a sense, or like stolen valor in a sense. You know, it's like you're saying that you're playing this, but you go up to them and it's like, and you're not. You
Did
know,
you go tell him something?
I wouldn't personally. I wouldn't. Everyone
Yeah.
could do whatever the hell they want. I don't feel that strong about it.
You're not that-
I'm not that like confrontational about stuff either.
You're
Like,
not,
me
you're, not,
personally.
you're not one of the guards like, hey,
No,
that's
I'm not one to say anything like that. But then it is what I think, you
Yeah.
know. I don't know if it's kind of cowardly of me to be like, yeah, whatever, you know, I don't care. But I'm just not that confrontational about it. But yeah, I think if you're wearing a mariachi suit, you should be playing mariachi music. You
Yeah.
know? It's just, it's disrespectful if you're not, I don't know, you know.
come on.
I know, right?
This is your thing. You can't just like be whatever. This is your career.
Yeah.
You went to school for this. Your life dream to come to America. I mean
I didn't-
California.
you know,
and play.
I went to just a public school for it. I didn't continue my mariachi education.
Yeah, but you went to the streets after that.
Yeah.
The school, the streets.
Yeah, I went straight into into the backyards and started gigging.
So how many songs do you usually play in a gig?
In an hour, you could fit like 13 to 16 songs, more or less.
And how long is usually a gig?
Yeah, so we'll go by the hour. We gig by the hour, you know. It's a little different here too. Like usually in Albuquerque, you could just go by 1 hour. Here, though, sometimes they'll push like minimum 2 hours or something, just because the drive is so long, so that it's worth it.
Yeah.
But usually it's just by the hour, and then at the top of every hour you take a break, and then you'll take like a 10-15 minute break, and then you finish up your hour. Top of the next hour you take another break, and that's how you go through it. Yeah.
Okay.
And then sometimes you'll start as early as like 10 in the morning, and then you end up getting to your last gig like at midnight. These guys are drunk as hell, and they don't want to let you go, you know? And they're like, no, let's do another hour. Let's do another hour. And you're like tired as hell, and you're like, well, I mean,
Yeah.
I gotta do it. You
Yeah.
know? It's
Yeah.
like we're working. You gotta take the work when you can, because sometimes there'll be seasons too. You know, the best day for a mariachi is Mother's Day. There's always work on Mother's Day.
Okay.
Like I said, I figured that out in middle school. Like I told you.
Yeah.
That's always something that I've always thought to myself too. I'm like, well, if all fails, I know I'll have work on Mother's Day. You know.
Okay.
Yeah. That's like the heaviest season. And then, well, that's May, so then you got like graduations too, you know, and a lot of stuff lines up. That's like the best month in May. Gets a little slow around January. That's about it.
January slow.
Just in general, yeah, for most stuff.
So you came here and you started playing, and
Yeah.
then just keep playing. Like, what else do you do? So you just play on, how many groups do you kind of play on right now?
I recently committed to a group. The first year that I spent here, I freelanced just because I wanted to get to know a variety of groups, right? I was freelancing, but I recently told a group yes that I'm going to be their solid like bass player, and because I know that they're a really good group, you know. After I did like my research.
What color suit do you wear?
I just have the black and white right now. Yeah.
A black and white, not a white one.
Well, I have a full white one and
Okay.
a full black one. Yeah.
Nice.
But I don't have
Gold buttons, silver buttons.
silver buttons on the black and gold on the white. Yeah. Ties, there's a whole bunch of different color ties. That's where you get like, you know. But
Do you guys all opt for the same thing?
standard if you're freelancing, yeah.
What about boots? What about my shoes? What do you wear?
Shoes, you get the boots. They're like shiny black boots. You know, they're kind of like I don't know what the actual style in Spanish is charro boots. You know.
Do you sing?
Yeah. So that's another rule.
So you're the lead singer, or you're just the backup?
Everyone in mariachi sings, or should.
Yes.
Or should. That's yeah. I mean, actually, you know, you'll run into like bass players maybe who like they shy away from it, but it's kind of a rule. Like you should sing because you're more useful. You know?
But do you sing your own song, or you just sing part of the choruses, or what do you do?
No, individual singing.
Oh,
yeah.
so you'll have your own song you sing.
Yeah.
What's your go-to?
That's a good question. I always switch around. Like I'll switch around between like Serenata Huasteca to like El Último Trago, which most of these songs are Jose Alfredo Jimenez.
Yeah.
Which is my favorite mariachi author. He wrote like half of the stuff that we play, honestly. And yeah, those are my go-to. Something Jose Alfredo.
What if somebody doesn't like it? That trip.
Not a lot of people, but I've run into people who don't like it.
Yeah. So they tell you to change it, or what do they say?
Oh, the song or the...
No, your song, the song you're singing.
Oh, no, that'll never happen. I haven't ran into anyone that's rude like that. They're like, oh, shut up. Because most of the time they hired us, so they want us to play.
No, your group.
You know.
Your group.
Oh, the group?
Yes.
They'll say it maybe behind the back, behind my back, but not at the gig, you know?
They're not telling you, like, not that song.
No, I mean, not to my face.
No.
Really.
Have you done that? Like one of the guys is playing, you're like, he's gonna sing this song, you're like,
Maybe it was really bad, you know? It's like, maybe tell him, like, hey, maybe you should pick another song, or maybe you should change the key. No, I'm super supportive with everyone, man.
And there's like, I think I went to this one place that I go, and there's like there's a couple girls in it. Is that kind of, they're girls?
Yeah, there's girls too, and they actually, there's been a growth in female mariachis, for sure.
I think the group I seen had 4 girls and 2 guys or something like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I think
there's full female groups.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They were killing it.
Yeah.
Still scared me because I wasn't ready.
Yeah.
Like, you know, I'm facing this way, and then they came through like the door.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, it's like
Just blasting.
like, what?
But they got the party going though, right? Or not really?
I mean, yeah.
Yeah. Do you know Spanish?
About this much. I know enough to get in trouble, but not enough to get out of trouble.
Okay.
I can order food. Like,
Yeah?
I can order food.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because I'm just thinking, if you knew Spanish and you understand like what the songs are talking about, you probably like them a little more.
I don't know. The songs are cool.
Yeah.
Even if I don't know what it's about, it's
You like the sound of it?
yeah.
Just,
I like the bass. I like the bass. Yeah, the bass. Dude. The bass is cool.
Yeah, I got an itch.
Yeah. The trumpet player gets. I think he goes for it. The trumpet guys are like killing.
Yeah, the trumpet guys. They can be pretty funny.
There's like 2 of them usually.
Yeah. A good group will have 2.
Start battling.
2, 1, 2, too many.
Yeah, they start battling. It's cool.
Yeah.
The guitar player.
Actually, there's a song called El Niño Perdido, the Lost Child, and that whole the idea of that song is one of the trumpets gets lost, right? So he kind of wanders off somewhere across the room in the party, and we start playing bada 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 bada, and then there's a break. And then you just hear like the
That's when it scares me.
Ba-da!
That's when it scares me.
That part, yeah,
ready.
that's the part.
Like
Because he'll run across the room and he'll probably go stand behind someone like that, and then all of a sudden it's like ba-da! And it's like a little solo thing, and then he plays his part, and then the other trumpet is with the group, and then he answers them, and then he answers. And there's like a little playful part in the middle, and then it does it over and over again. And the trumpet guy's kind of like going around the room, switching places, switching locations, and making his way back to the group. Nice. And then at the end, he reunites, and the Lost Child is finally found. Okay. Something like that.
Yeah, I like it.
That one's a good song. It's a fun song. It's entertaining to watch.
Yeah.
Yeah. El Niño Perdido. If you ever want to ask for a good song to scare people.
Yeah. Now I know. I'm like, what?
The Lost Child. Just
I'm gonna be ready now. Like.
Yeah. When they ask for that one.
And once they start playing it. So what do you want? How far do you want to go with this?
I'm gonna be playing for the rest of my life. I've always told myself that for sure. Yeah, it's it's such a good feeling, So for sure, I'll be playing as long as I can, as long as I'm physically able to.
Yeah. Do you like the big bass?
Yeah, actually, I prefer that. I played.
Do you play it like this, or you play it like how did that? Do you have the bass? Do you have the big bass, a stand-up bass, or do you have?
No, it's not a stand-up bass. It hangs around your shoulder.
Yeah.
And it's just slightly angled, and it's actually not that heavy. People think it's super heavy, but it's pretty light. And it's really big. It's got a super wide body, and it's got like a lump in the back too. I played that. So when I started with that originally, and then I broke my collarbone like a year into it. I'm sorry. And I broke my collarbone, and I couldn't carry it anymore because it's too big, right? So I switched to the little one, to the vihuela, and I started playing that.
Does it have the same sound?
No, complete opposite sounds.
Yes.
Yeah. One's the bass, and one's like it's a rhythmic.
So how are you a bass player if you don't have that?
What do you mean?
Well, you're a bass player, right?
Yeah. Well, I play both.
Okay.
Yeah, you gotta be versatile.
So you still carry on the big one?
They'll tell me what I'm playing for the gig.
Okay.
So I gotta know in advance, like, what instrument do you want me to take?
So you have the big one and the small one?
Yeah. Both. Oh. Yeah. That's what I practice mostly. Yeah. The bass, and they go with one another. It's the rhythm section, so they're answering each other. So it makes sense to learn those two together. For me.
You want to play guitar?
I play a little bit of guitar.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not the same. I mean, theoretically it's the same, but muscle memory wise, it's different. The positions are different, and you're using different hand rhythms. They're doing different things. And the guitar's a lot wider on the neck, and it kind of like, if I haven't played guitar in a good while, it'll really hurt my fingers. Just because the neck's so spread out, and on the vihuela it's tinier, so it's
only 4 strings?
5 strings.
5 strings.
So it's tuned exactly like a guitar, but without the low E.
Okay.
Yeah. So most of the chords are the same position, but then since you don't have that low E, you could throw your thumb in there for some stuff, So and you could do like different positions for certain chords. Yeah. But that's my main focus, yeah. And singing, which I kind of, like I said, you have to sing. I was never much of a singer, but got thrown into it, and then I learned to love it. Honestly,
are there some that there's just a singer and doesn't play instruments?
Yeah.
Instruments.
Yeah. There's like, I played with the group actually just yesterday that they take a female singer, and she'll be like kind of MC and singer, But yeah, some groups just do that. just singers. But my thing is like they don't get as much work as someone who sings and plays. You know.
Yeah.
Obviously, yeah. You got to be versatile.
You can be cool and dramatic if you're just singing.
It's funny actually when the singer isn't singing and someone else is singing, he'll just be standing there, right?
Yes,
But you still gotta look cool, like you're into the song. It's
Yes.
kind of funny. Yeah, I remember we saw a group in Mexico like that, and I was interested because I'd never seen that before. I was like, well, what does he do when he's not singing? He has like an intense look still, though. Regardless, you gotta be performing, right?
You should just get with something, just act like you're playing. You know, just
well, what though? Act like
bell,
you're
a
playing
cowbell,
what?
something.
He's kind of like he had his hand kind of like this, like he's just feeling it.
Was there any cowbells or any?
No, there's no bells. What is there?
No horn, no like zip things.
Percussion?
No.
The vihuela is the percussive instrument. The little guitar, the vihuela.
That one?
Yeah. That's the it's like the drum of the mariachi. When I said earlier the trumpet is the drummer and personality wise, but the vihuela is like the drum. It keeps the rhythm.
Yeah.
Between that and the bass.
Does it go dun 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 dun?
That would be the bass.
Okay.
Yeah. The vihuela would go dun, the opposite beat. So it would be bump 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 bump, right?
So it goes bump 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 bump.
Yeah, they're answering each other. So it's like 1 2 1 2 1 2 1 2. Yeah.
So when do you guys like? I can't tell if you guys mess up or not. So it doesn't matter.
If we mess up, yeah, dude, everyone. Yeah, like I said, dude, I've been getting my ass handed to out here, man. Learning the hard way.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. And sometimes they'll just throw songs. And another interesting thing about mariachi is like you get hired, and they tell you what to play. You don't show up unless you're doing a show. Obviously, then you have your songs that you rehearsed.
Well, you know what song? You know most of all the songs, or what if there's a song you don't know?
Them.
What if there's a song you don't know? What if there's a song you don't know?
There's a bunch of songs I don't know, and then like I said, it's regional. Like you come out here and they'll ask for songs that they're mostly played here, and in New Mexico they have songs that they only play there. So it's like you have to adapt. You
just wing it.
Dude, your phone's going off.
That's my watch going off.
Oh. Is it time?
So you just wing it or what?
Yeah, I mean you gotta.
You just wing it or what? Go ahead.
Like when I completely don't know a song.
Yeah.
What do? I just I'll ask for the key signature, right?
Yeah.
That way at least I'm playing the right key, and then I'll ask, well, how does the rhythm go? And most songs, like after that, they'll tell me like, oh yeah, it's 3/4 or 4/4. Or they'll tell you the rhythm and the key, and from there you can kind of tell what it's gonna do. I mean, once you study it, it's like. Most songs are doing the same thing. Every once in a while, though, I mean, obviously some songs they have their specific parts, which is what like makes that song. But another important thing is, well, you said when you've never heard it, though. I was gonna say if you've heard the song before, you kind of have like a reference, like, oh, yeah. I've never played it, but I know what it sounds like. But if it's a song that you've never heard, then it's tough, man. It gets real tough.
So when you came here, there were songs that you never heard, but you had to play.
Yeah, big time, a lot.
Do you tell them, give me a heads up?
Yeah, that would just be like...
Maybe Shazam them or something?
On the spot, just be like, give me a sec. Yeah, no, just give me a sec. No, man, it's like, let's go. This is what we're playing,
So if you're in the van going to the thing, they'll tell you, this is their set?
You don't know what you're going to play.
Oh, so you have to wait till you get there.
Yeah, you get there, and then the client's like, hey, I want this song.
So if there's a song there, you look at it and like, when are we playing this one? Do you know? And then it's like, I don't know it.
I don't know it.
Do you tell them that or?
Yeah, and that's like that's the challenge for me. It's like to not say I don't know it, because if you don't know it, then you write it down and then you go learn it.
Yeah.
That's what you got to do. And that's the game,
So the first time you're playing it and you like go this way and it doesn't go that way.
Yeah.
Do you kind of?
You look like a fool, man. You just look like a damn fool up there. And I've had, man, when we were first starting. This lady was like, we were messing up bad. Like, we were playing a song real bad, right? And this lady was like, I don't know why you guys are out here playing mariachi. You guys should be going to school. And I was like, damn, that's tough. Like, I took that one to heart. She's like, I don't know why these kids are like, thinking that they could play. Like, leave professionals to do it. I'm like, well, you gotta start somewhere, right?
Start
like,
somewhere.
Yeah, but that was tough, man. She was like, she was rude. She was rude as hell. She's like, yeah, you guys should be going to school.
But she pushed you. She pushed you. You didn't give up.
Yeah, I mean, I got pretty, offended that day. I like reconsidered my life for a little bit, but
You should have told her, like, went back, like, look now.
it's like, yeah, it's like, you got to start somewhere,
She's out there. She's out there.
She's out there somewhere, man.
And she's gonna hear you now. She's gonna be like, yeah, maybe he should have.
Maybe I shouldn't have been so hard on that kid.
Maybe he should have went back to school.
He still should be going back to school. Yeah.
You didn't take my advice then. No.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll be. I mean,
It's not too late.
you
No.
did go to school. You went to school of the streets,
Right.
backyards.
Yeah.
So
I got up to
she just told her, here, show me.
yeah, right. You think it's so easy to see you do it.
Yeah, show me, show me.
That's like a good answer too sometimes.
Yeah.
They're like,
What-
how do you not know it?
Yeah.
It's like, you think it's so easy to see you play.
And she kills it.
Yeah, imagine. That's another thing, man. Sometimes you are in front of like some badass musicians.
Yeah.
That's happened too, where we're performing and there's guys in the crowd who know their shit and real well,
Yeah.
And then they'll just be watching us, and then maybe like by the end of the set they'll come by like, oh yeah, let me sing a song, and then they freaking just
Yeah.
blow it out the park, and you're like, wow, okay, you were just standing there like judging us the whole time, and he just walks away like a badass or
Yeah.
something, or maybe he'll tell
Drops
us.
the mic.
Yeah, so that's how you do it. Yeah, I've had that too. That's why you always gotta perform at your best. You don't know who the hell's watching.
They're waiting for that moment. That's what's messed up.
Yeah, some people.
They're like, okay, let's wait.
Do you play any instruments?
I have a guitar over there.
Right.
No.
Why not? Like, do you fiddle with it a little bit?
I played with it. I had guitar lessons before, and I would play a little bit learning, and then I broke my wrist, and I can't get my wrist. It doesn't.
Which one? Your right wrist?
My right.
Oh,
So I can't get it over. I can't get it over.
You don't need too much on your right. That's your strumming one,
Play this.
right?
Oh no, this one I broke. This
You're
way.
lying.
This way. Yeah, I can't get over. I tried playing like this. I couldn't get over.
Yeah?
So yeah, 'cause I can't get over.
So you broke your left wrist.
I broke actually both wrists.
Both wrists? Jeez.
This is broken here.
Damn.
Yeah, I broke them both. This one isn't the thumb.
Okay.
The
You
thumb.
can't bend it?
No, it's just when you. It's weird.
Yeah.
One day I'll show you when we're doing something. I'll show. See, this is what happens.
Jeez.
Yeah,
It gets locked up.
It gets numb and. It's
Yeah.
it's weird, but yeah.
I had a buddy whose shoulder would always pop out of his socket. Oh, that was always terrible, man. I hate that. That's gross. And then he'd always like pop it back in and stuff. It's rough.
Kept playing. Did like pop out when he's playing? Or like,
Actually, yeah, he was a trumpet player too, and like if he was up for a long time, his shoulder would start hurting. It never popped out while he was playing.
that'd be
Thank
cool.
God. But
That'd be cool. That'd be part of the show.
yeah, right. It's
Yeah.
like, oh, hold on, and just like we'd grab his arm, like he'd put it out like that, and we just grab it. He'd like have to pull it a little bit. Yeah, good buddy of mine.
That's a show then.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
No.
that's me telling.
One time, there's been a lot of crazy gigs. One time, we were playing, and the trumpet player was standing in the back, and they had like this backdrop, this giant kind of like a wall like this, that had like a happy birthday sign, and that thing just tipped over and landed on his head, man, and he gave him a big old freaking bump on the back of his head. He almost couldn't finish the gig. He had to tough it out though. That was bad. Poor dude. And the trumpet players usually stand in the back,
Yeah.
So it hit just him. Like he was just standing in the back, and I think for some reason it just tipped forward, and then boom, we all turned back, and it was like.
Was he a big guy?
No, we were in high school too. We were just,
Well, that's fine. He's good then.
Yeah, he was fine. He healed.
If he'd have been older, it'd have been different.
Yeah. Cracked his head open.
So the first gig you had when you went hungover.
Yeah, here.
How many guys were hungover also
Yeah.
in the van?
They were drinking. They were hungover. They were drinking already. They were drunk. Yeah, man.
So it wasn't too bad then. You're like, I fit in.
No, yeah, exactly. It was good. It was a good
You
gig.
didn't start drinking again? I mean,
That
I
day?
don't drink. I don't drink, so yeah.
How long has it been since you
I
drank?
don't drink. Don't.
But you've drank
No,
before in your
no.
life. You're lying. I
No,
know that you've drank.
No drinking, dude.
I don't believe you.
No, okay, don't believe me. I don't believe you're mariachi. So go ahead.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like I don't know you. I don't know you. Honestly,
No.
we haven't talked much.
No, wait.
But you really keep to yourself a lot. But I don't believe that.
I do.
you've
Look
never,
at look. I'm right here.
You
I'm right
have
here
a
to
podcast.
myself. I'm right here to myself. I do. I save all my talking for here.
Yeah.
No.
No. I was gonna watch it, but I was like.
Didn't we talk on the way to Vegas? Or was that? Or
No,
was that?
that
Was
wasn't
that
me.
Aldo? That was
wasn't me.
Aldo.
No, that was Aldo. Yeah.
Oh.
No, we talked on the way to Pismo one time.
Mm.
Pismo Beach.
We're talking about
What was it, like the lottery or something?
winning the lotto
Winning a
and
million or something.
winning the lotto, and then we talked about spaceships.
Yeah.
Yeah, with Tony. Yeah,
With
so,
Tony
yes.
and Juan.
They cut us out. They just they don't want to talk to him.
Yeah. Tony wasn't having it.
No, Tony was having it. Me and Tony go for
Yeah.
hours. Me and Tony go for hours.
Tony's a really good person to have conversations
Yes,
with.
me and Tony.
Yeah, you said you had him on, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he'll be on. He's in the
Oh,
wings.
he hasn't been on yet?
He's been on, but it hasn't been out yet.
Okay. When are you going to put this one up?
This one?
Yeah.
Maybe tonight.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Oh,
maybe.
cool.
Probably be out tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah, I was going to watch your channel on the way out of work, but I was like, no, you know what? I'm just going to wait till after, and then just because
Thank you.
I get, like, easily influenced when I watch something.
Yeah.
Yeah. I remember my brother one time, we watched Fast and the Furious, and we walked out of the movies, and then I was just talking a certain way, and he was like, don't be, like, talking like the movie, you know? And it messed me up. I was like, damn, you're right.
Yeah. No, that's cool. We just, it's fine. We're just out here.
Yeah,
Just-
I think it's like a musician thing, though. You know, like because I try to adapt to whatever the groove is, in a sense, right? You gotta like kind of catch the flow of it. Yeah.
Well, you said you were gonna start a podcast. What happened? Did you ever?
I want to do a mariachi podcast in Albuquerque. I have my studio too. Like it's all there. I built a table for it. I have the monitors. I have microphones, everything. And then I moved. Dude, I'm telling you, I moved like I moved and I left like a lot of good things. I had a good job. I had a good group. Like yeah.
So who are you living with out there?
My mom.
Okay.
Yeah.
So it's still there, waiting for you.
Yeah. Well, it's like a little casita in the back.
Yeah.
So it's like a little separate place.
Is it still there?
It's still there. It's still there. She was renting it out for like a year, and the renters actually just left, and she like wants me back. Like every time we talk on the phone, she's like, "Are you coming back?" She's like, "You ready to come back?" And I'm like, that's tough, man, because like I'm like, my family like, really, really appreciates me a lot. I feel like I get a lot of love from them, and they're like really supportive, but I feel like I gotta be there for them too, So, if anything, that's the main reason why I'm going back. Everything's there, in Albuquerque, but
Everything. It is.
my life
Yeah.
is there.
Well, no, everything is. Everything is. there.
My life.
Do you have a Walmart? So you're good.
Right.
Walmart, Pilot,
Green chili, homemade
Yeah,
tortillas, and
Puffy Tacos. Do you have Puffy Tacos in?
You're talking about the Navajo tacos,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah, those are there.
Okay.
I don't eat those too often.
I don't either.
I think I've tried it like once.
I don't either.
Yeah, no, they're not that big of a deal for me. It's the green chili
Yeah.
for me, yeah. And the
Put on
clean
everything.
air, the
You
clean
put
air,
on everything.
and the good water.
Some doesn't even belong on some stuff.
Yeah,
and you still put on.
there's a air fresheners car.
Yeah,
car
green
with
chili.
green chili.
Yeah.
There's green chili apple pie.
At some time, you have to say stop.
No.
Yeah. At some point.
No, man.
Stop.
No, it's a human thing to take it to the extreme.
Yes.
At every level.
Yeah.
Just however far you can take
It does. It is.
Yeah. I'm sure they have like lotion, green chili lotion
Probably.
too.
Yeah.
Lip balm. I've seen the lip balm. The green chili apple pie, a friend was telling me about it. I can't remember
Sweet and spicy.
where they have it. Yeah. That sounds good. Green chili apple pie.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
They have chocolate, green chili, coffee. Dude, everything. Yeah, whatever you.
So you like the green chili, but what about aren't the red roasted?
So it's
chilies?
it's the same chili. It's just aged. The red is just.
Oh, the red's ones that
yeah.
kind of dried.
Yeah.
And green. Okay.
Exactly. Yeah. And that's good. Like I like my enchiladas red.
I do too.
Enchiladas red and
When I went there the one time, I don't remember when it was. I just got both. I got green and red.
Yeah.
Half and half, just green and red.
Yeah.
I don't want to offend nobody.
So you don't think Albuquerque's that cool, huh?
That was cool. But I just haven't really stood. I broke down in Albuquerque and I stood
Yeah.
there for a whole night and a half.
Jeez.
Yeah. broke down to the hotel.
It's not the best place to break down.
Walked around and ate. Yeah, it's expensive.
Around where? 8th?
No, I walked around and ate.
Oh.
Just walked around and I ate.
Expensive? It's not expensive.
So tow trucks are.
Oh.
When you want to get something fixed and you're not from there, it's expensive.
You gotta know people there. Yeah, if you'd have known me, you'd just call me up. We picked you up quick.
Yep.
For sure.
It was all right.
That's the thing. It's a tight community too. Like everyone knows each other. A lot of people call it's like the biggest little town. You know, it's like a big little town kind of.
Isn't the border the wall right there, right down the street?
What, the Mexico border?
Yeah.
What border?
Yeah.
4 hours or 3.5 hours south.
Okay. You're on top. You're up to 40.
Yeah, 40 and 25.
Yeah.
Surprisingly, this border is a lot closer. LA.
Yeah.
LA
I usually stay in Gallup. It's right there. So if I go in, like when I go through from Texas.
That's where you'll stay.
Gallup.
Yeah.
Stay there and then I can go. If not, I try and go on the other side.
To where?
Right
the next place?
on the other side of.
Moriarty,
Moriarty.
or
no.
Klein's Corners.
No.
Where else?
Van Horn. No, Van Horn's down the bottom.
That's a tiny little
And then there's
town.
another one. It's right past.
Yeah.
Van Horn.
Out.
Van Horn, right? No, Van Horn's on top or bottom.
Vaughn? No.
No, Van Horn.
Vaughn is like a tiny little
No,
town.
Van Horn. Van Horn.
Yeah.
Van Horn.
Yeah.
Maybe that's where I stopped.
There's another one.
Deming?
Deming's north, isn't it?
Okay, that's at the bottom too.
No, it's north, I think.
Yeah, so it's not. Yeah. Gallup is like the spot because it's easy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it's right after the scales or right before the scales.
Yeah.
And there's a Walmart there.
There was a lot more exploring in New Mexico that I wanted to do that I'm gonna do still.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm not too familiar with like the whole southwestern region of it too much, or like we would gig a lot in Roswell. Actually, we'd get called out there. That was always a drive.
See any aliens?
It's gotta be a joke there.
No, really. I've seen
yeah,
it.
We played for the aliens.
You played for the aliens? I believe it. They brought you in. They're like, here, let's come over.
No, I haven't seen. Have you seen any of the aliens?
No, I want to. Yeah, well, I'm pretty sure I've seen some. I don't know they're aliens.
Wait, so you have?
Well, I'm sure we have. We don't know they're aliens.
Oh,
yes.
They're amongst us.
Yeah, they think they are. But they're not aliens anymore because they're here. So I don't understand.
Yeah, that's tricky. I've never seen anything. Yeah.
No, because you're not looking.
And I've lived out there, you know. Because I'm not lucky or because I am lucky?
No, you're not looking.
Oh, not looking.
Yeah, you're not looking.
I guess, yeah. Well, it's like the same thing with ghosts. Like, I don't think ghosts exist, but like if you think they exist, then they do. You know, you create them in your head.
Nice.
But no, I think aliens are totally separate. Like a separate life form. Ghosts are more like in your head.
Yeah. Okay.
Does that make sense? Ghosts and aliens aren't the same thing.
I know they aren't. No, they're not.
No, not at all.
They're not.
I think aliens are real. I don't think ghosts are real.
Okay.
Yeah. Make sense?
Dude, this is your thought, your opinion. You can't.
Does it make sense what I'm saying though, or not really?
This is your thought, your opinion.
Okay, so you're not.
I'm not gonna judge you.
Yeah.
No judging. No judge.
Not yet.
No judge zone. No judge
You need a
zone.
sign, man. You need a sign.
No, we're good. That's why we come on. You talk. You say your thing.
Yeah.
I mean, I have my ideas are kind of far out there sometimes. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I wanted to hear you talk a little more. I know it's about like
It's about
the
you.
first part. Yeah.
Yeah, I've been talking. Like when you go back, there's like 77 episodes that I've talked on.
Yeah. We'll have to check them out.
Yeah, we'll get them. Get some back.
Yeah.
We'll get you back in after you look at them. Be like, oh, let me talk about this now.
Yeah. Okay.
I'm ready.
Is there like a topic a reoccurring topic on here?
No, we just talk.
No. But you haven't noticed like like what about aliens? Does everyone at least at some point bring up? No.
No, I mean we just talk. We'll say something real quick on just everything. We just talk and whatever somebody wants to talk about. But mostly we talk like the people talk about stuff, and then we just
like what, just their life. Has anyone ever cried?
For some of the stories, yes.
Yeah.
About their lives, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'll let you watch them. So.
Yeah.
Just yes.
I listen to a lot of podcasts.
Yeah.
I do.
You told me that.
Yeah.
I was hoping like you don't mind in there because we've talked about this a long time ago.
Yeah.
And you never still haven't listened to it.
I subscribed And then, but nothing pops up. Like I was like, oh, it'll pop up once the new episodes start coming in. But
they've been coming in.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all right. I
I'm
understand.
gonna start listening.
It's all right.
Yeah. Hey, this is my first one ever, though. Sorry,
Yes.
did I scare
Nice.
you?
Nice. I like
scared,
it.
man.
I like it. I like it. First one.
First one ever.
Yes.
So.
Well, yeah, you told me that this is gonna be your first one.
Yeah.
Yeah. So and you said you were gonna do one. So there you go.
There you go, man.
Start you off.
That's special, yeah.
Now you can start mariachi podcasting.
Yeah. Yeah. As soon as you upload it, I'll share it too.
We tell all those guys, hey, let's do something. Let's talk about what we do. And
yeah. No, I'm set up for it. I'm totally set up for it over there.
no, but here you can still do it here since you're here.
For mariachis here, though.
Yes.
I don't want to do it here.
Why not? You can do it both places. It doesn't, once
I'd
you're here,
rather do it
here. When you're there, yeah.
like it wouldn't be mine here.
It would be. What do you mean? You're the one doing it.
I would rather. This is what I would rather do. I'd rather fly them out to Albuquerque and do it there.
You're a baller. Just do just give some little podcast, like little talks with people. Yes. Then you keep getting more, get the culture going. Then you'll see the different culture from here to there to other places that you go. And then you'll get better gigs. They'll be like, hey, come out here, maybe Texas, maybe Colorado. You'll get more gigs because they're gonna say, you're gonna see you, and then you're gonna blow up. They're gonna want, hey, come out and do all this podcast and bring the celebrity.
Yeah, once you get it going. But what I'm saying is, like, I would rather do it at home. Like, it doesn't have to be.
No, but you do it everywhere.
Yeah, I guess you could take.
Because you're here right now, and you can start now. Then when you get home, you'll still do it at home, but you'll do.
I want to start at home though.
This is home, right? This is home.
No, it's not.
You're home.
I always tell people I'm just gigging, but like on the west side. I'm gigging way out on the west side.
You're home, dude. You're home. Stop it.
Earth is my home.
Exactly.
Guess, yeah.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
So just do it. Just do it.
But no, I want to start in Albuquerque for sure. Yeah.
You're losing time.
That's my home base.
But you're losing time. That's what I'm saying.
That is true. That is very true. But I'm going to visit Albuquerque in like 2 weeks.
Okay, so then do your first one. Do your first one.
Right there.
Boom, and then you can start doing everywhere.
That's true.
See?
Yeah, I start out there.
As long as you get one real quick.
It's not bad. Yes. What do you need though? Just a camera? I don't know.
You can
also. You know what stopped me is like you always want to like. I don't want to just do it like half-assed, like, and it's a whole.
Okay, that's what
stopped you for.
That's what took me 8 years.
Yeah.
To what you're doing. That's what I'm trying to tell you. 8 years, I kept like, I want this, I want this, I want this.
You know what? Also, I don't.
It's never right.
Here's another thing, though. I also don't want to be putting out so much information about myself.
You have to.
And just let other people talk.
Yes, that's what you're interviewing. You're seeing the culture. That's not you. It's not your mariachi, your podcast. It's the culture.
That's true.
So you're going to do a podcast about the culture.
Yeah. Just start documenting stuff. But
I'll show you when we get out of here after we finish and telling these people bye.
Yeah.
I'll show you my mobile podcast, the mobile stock thing I have, and then you can do it that way, and then you'll be good.
Another thing is though, like that's a whole job, man. Like I already have enough work.
It's easy.
I gotta learn how to play. Still,
it's easy.
You know?
This is easy. This you talk, and the editing with the software that I'll give you. It's really easy.
Really? Yeah. Oh, that's good. That's cool how you have all that set up there. See, I don't even know how to do all that.
It's easy. This is what took me forever. I want to get to this and start. I should have started and then moved up to this.
Okay.
But the one thing I did wrong is I didn't buy. I tried to I'll just buy this to start out. I should have just bought
the best
this
equipment.
This to start out instead of trying to buy this and then move up.
Yeah.
It's easier. It's easier to start with here, then go, then waste all the money I wasted to get this.
Yeah.
You know?
What do you mean by this? The equipment?
Yeah, my equipment.
Yeah.
Like the mics, I'd had different mics that weren't good. Sound quality wasn't good. Different cables that weren't good. The setup was whatever, that wasn't great, but it moved into something different. And then like my switcher, my board, the whole thing that you have, the headphones.
I want to do it. I definitely want to do it. I think it's a good idea. But also it's just like...
Watch, I'll show you and you'll see it. It's easy.
Yeah, easy.
It's easy. Because all you're going to do is get somebody, you're going to talk, then you upload it to... I'll show you upload it. It's easy.
The thing is, I'm pretty reserved, too. Like, I don't like posting stuff, you know? So it's like...
Okay.
But we'll see what happens. Eventually.
Look for him on his podcast.
Yeah.
Soon. All right, everybody. That was great.
Cool.
Mundo the Mariachi.
Thank you, guys.
Double
Thank
M.
you, Tim. Appreciate
Eminem.
it.
Eminem.
Eminem. Mundo Marquez, the mariachi, triple M,
Yeah.
actually.
So tell everybody where they can find you, or where they can get a hold of you, or they want to get you on at their gig or at their birthday
Well, I
party.
shouldn't give out my phone number, right?
No, I wouldn't do that. I would give like a Instagram or something.
Yeah, you
or,
can look me up on Facebook, Mundo Marquez. Instagram.
can you
is,
spell it? Because some people are white
Yeah.
and they spell it with an S or a
Okay.
Z or a Z. So
So M-U-N-D-O.
and then maybe a Q. So go ahead.
Yeah. Or a C-U-S.
Yeah.
Okay, no. So it's M-U-N-D-O M-A-R-Q-U-E-Z. Mundo Marquez. That's on Facebook. And then Instagram, M-U-N-D-O-M _ And yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
Okay, that's it.
Yeah, like I said, I'm not big social
So
media.
if you guys want them on your podcast, podcast.
I'm
if you want them on
definitely
your podcast,
down to do more podcasts.
Yeah,
Like, I would rather do podcasts than create a podcast. Yeah. Just for talking and meeting people.
but if you want to get him to your event, he's ready.
Or if you want me to play, yeah. I don't
Yeah.
really do solo gigs, but
No, I mean
I'm up
your
for
whole
it.
your whole group.
The whole group, yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, hit me up. Cool.
He's hourly.
Yeah.
He likes 2, not 1.
Oh yeah.
All right. Where is your main area?
It's tough, man, because I'm living in Whittier, but the group that I'm with right now is based in Rialto, right? So Moreno Valley, we get a lot of gigs down there, and it's like, yeah, man, I know. I need to get a car. I'm driving a truck out here. It's another thing, so yeah, it's not the smartest thing. Right
So
now.
you're.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, so I got tomorrow, like after work tomorrow, I gotta drive out there and rehearse. We rehearse and then, but sometimes that same group they'll get gigs in closer to downtown to LA. We'll gig like in anywhere, really anywhere. It's all over. I've gigged all the way out in Coachella sometimes.
And what's the name of the group?
Mariachi Aguilas. Right now.
Spell it
So
for these people.
Mariachi, right? MARIACHI. Mariachi. I rarely spell mariachi. Aguilas is AGUILAS.
That's somebody's last name?
No.
Okay.
Eagle.
Okay.
Eagles.
Okay.
Eagles, yeah. Mariachi Aguilas. That's the one I'm currently with, yeah. But.
Okay. Well, there you go, everybody. Like and subscribe. So, 24 Slayton.
Yeah. But also hit me up personally for gigs, because I do... Actually, my roommate is a harp player, and we kind of got this little trio thing going on.
Okay.
Yeah.
So there you go. See.
So that's it. Yeah.
So what do you play there?
We're versatile. The vihuela.
Let's see it.
Yeah.
That's it.
Oh, yeah,
Let's back it up.
I have to sing a song too, man.
Okay, there you go.
Just so I know.
He's gonna get hit it for us.
Has anyone ever sang a song on your podcast?
No, of course not.
Dude. Of course not. Say like it's a bad thing.
No. Okay, there you go.
It's the vihuela. This is my spirit vihuela. Okay. Que lejos estoy del suelo donde he nacido. Inmensa nostalgia invade mi pensamiento. Y al verme tan solo y triste, aloja el viento. Quisiera llorar, quisiera morir de sentimiento. Oh tierra del sol, suspiro por verte. Ahora que lejos yo vivo sin luz, sin amor, al verme tan solo y triste, aloja el viento. Quisiera llorar, quisiera morir de sentimiento. There you go.
Nice. I like it. All right.
Thank you, man.
Thanks a lot.
All right. Thanks for sitting through that.